So when I started online fitness coaching, it honestly wasn't that slow of a start. But here are three things that I really, really, really wish that I knew when I started my online fitness coaching business so I could have made money quicker and actually succeeded with my clients way faster and progressively grown. Because a lot of problems with people when they start their coaching business is they plateau, and I didn't really plateau. I was able to scale my coaching business pretty quickly. So these are the three things that I knew and kind of wish I knew a little bit more when I started my coaching business to make sure I could see results. And hopefully this helps you out as somebody starting off, or maybe you're plateauing and you're going to have a little eye-opening moment when you watch this video. So the number one thing that I wish I knew was influencers are broke. Number one thing. I know a lot of influencers, a lot of my friends are influencers, a lot of people at my gym are influencers. When I travel, I meet a lot. And what I end up noticing all the time is the shock factor when I tell them how much money I make compared to my following. They go, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I made that from fitness coaching." They're like, "But I have 200,000 followers." And I'm like, "Okay, I have 3,000. But I did this when I had 1,100." And they're like, "No, you didn't." Now, and I show them a screenshot, and it's like, "What the fuck?" And it's this big back and forth, or they just go, "Oh, sick, dude," because they do kind of understand. But the thing is, influencers are broke, so why post like one? Right? So you're posting these content pieces every single day. You're like, okay, if I post every single day, use viral hashtags, Gymshark, Young LA, Shredded, Gym Bros, Ziz, stuff like that. If you're posting stuff like that with a viral audio, yes, I'm going to go viral. I'm going to get a Young LA sponsorship. Even if you do, you're not making enough money to really live the life that you think you want to live, because these people aren't making their money from their sponsorships or their following, right? All your top influencers have a coaching program or a supplement brand that they actually own, right? They own a business. So you're not going to get the freedom and the lifestyle that you want trying to be an influencer, you know, um, unless you move into, what I'm about to show you, which is coaching, or you move into like a supplement brand or something like that. But the way that works is there's so many plot holes and there's so much competition in a very low demand market. Okay. And the people that are already in supplement companies, they already have it well thought out. They're already well trusted. And that's why you see the same 3, 4 every year, every store, every time. And those ones you see on TikTok Shop never last because they're trying to go into a market that's already dominated by whales, right? So the one thing I wish I did was I wish I posted more value content rather than spending 2 years trying to be like, look how shredded I look. Because honestly, I think that's what I did, and that's what so many of my friends did, and that's what everyone did. But I wish I started posting content and value way sooner, right? As soon as I started switching up my content to, giving value and teaching people how to do it, and teaching people actually how to get the results that I have from the story that I have, and share my story and share my past and share all that, and talk about how I was a skinny, insecure kid with the weed addiction, the corn addiction, the lack of motivation, all these things. And I was sharing that, and I found God, and I found fitness, and I moved into that, and I got really dedicated into that, showing them that I went from that kid into where I am now. I built that relationship and built that rapport, and it was able to help me sign clients up to $4,200 for fitness coaching, right? So that being said, step number 2, and the second thing I wish I knew, was stop wasting your time trying to recreate things, right? Things are already working and things are already in place for a reason. Stop trying to recreate the wheel, find what works and copy it. Right? And what I mean by that is content, right? So one thing I do with my clients, and I love to do with my clients and teach them how to do when they're fitness coaches trying to scale to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, is the number one thing you need to start with is your market research, right? What is market research when it comes to fitness coaching? Figuring out who's doing it well, copying them and recycling and making it better, making it unique. Because there's so many guys out there that you're literally going to see copy influencers word for word. You see it every day. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is finding people that do well in your niche and taking their content, the idea, and recreating it with your own personality, your own mindset, and your own spin on it, your own way, your own story, right? Just take the framework and recreate it, because you're not recreating the wheel, you're putting the wheel on a different vehicle, right? So from there, what do? You push it to your own story, right? You talk about your own story. From there, you're actually building a fan base and a cult rather than a big following, right? You don't want a big following. You want 1,000 people ready to buy, not 100,000 people ready to, mental masturbate, wishing they were you, right? So when I say that, what exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about when you start your coaching business, the number one thing you're selling is in a transformation, right? It's not selling a workout plan or a meal plan or anything like that. It's selling your transformation. Selling not just your physical transformation, which a lot of people get mistaken. They're like, look how cool I look, right? Don't you want to look this cool? It's about the mindset that you have now, right? It's about who you've become in the process of getting that physique and getting jacked and getting the abs and getting the physique you've always wanted. What mindset, what kind of person did you become? What kind of man did you become? Odds are somebody's in the same position that you used to be, and they see you and they want to become somebody like that. They want to be somebody like that because, we all looked at David Lade. We've all looked at C-Bum. We've all looked at Superman and Thor and Spider-Man and go, no, I want to be that, right? These people are looking at you thinking that, right? So what happens when you put that in their mind that they can do it? And then share value on how to do it and how you did it because they're relating to you, right? And that's why people relate to Spider-Man, for example. Spider-Man's a great example of a story. It's because, why do so many men like Spider-Man? It's because he's a normal guy. He's a good guy, right? And he has happened to him what everybody wants to happen. He got superpowers, right? And the thing is, people want to get jacked because it's the equivalent of having superpowers. Really, it's like in this world, it's like you take your power back, right? And that's what you're selling is you're feeling that way, right? Which is the same way with when you make a lot of money in fitness coaching. It's like, wow, you got your time back. You feel powerful. You feel like the man. That's what I do is I help guys basically go from where I was jacked and broke, and I help them become jacked and rich and jacked and happy and jacked and free, right? My girlfriend doesn't have to she can move in, we can travel, we can do whatever we want, right? She wants a car, sure, right? I want a new car, sure, right? My parents want to move somewhere, sure. It's like, you get your power back as a man, you get control over your life. And it's the same thing with fitness coaching. You're selling, oh, you want control over your own life? Bet, get in shape. You want people to like you, get in shape. You want to like yourself, get in shape. You want to help with your mental side, okay, get disciplined, right? How do you get disciplined? Boom, then you're dropping content, right? So share your story. Don't recreate the wheel. Just put it on a different vehicle. Take it, reproduce it, and put it into what works for you. Share your own personality. Don't copy people, but recycle their content and use it for your own, right? And that's how you're going to actually kind of see results when it comes to the algorithm, because you're taking things that already work on the algorithm and making it, one, better, and two, personable, right? The third thing that I wish I knew was using YouTube. YouTube is one thing that I did not utilize enough as a fitness coach, right? One thing that a lot of my clients started utilizing that we got them on is the VSL, the virtual sales letter. So we have so many guys basically sharing their entire life, their entire journey, and their entire goals into a video, a long form video that's like 15 to 20 minutes long, right? And showing a full guide of how to do it for you, right? They're teaching people how to do it, right? They're walking them through exactly how to do it. Right? Same thing if you go to my account, it's like, here's exactly how to make $10,000 a month as an online fitness coach. It's the same thing. These guys are posting on YouTube, talking about how to do it for yourself, who it's for, who it's not for, sharing the emotional things, helping them connect the person's goal to working with them. And then at the end, it's, hey, if you want to achieve those goals quicker than you ever thought you could, work with me, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, right? It's the exact same thing. You can do that for yourself. I do it for myself. I do it for guys who, videos for, hey, if this one is for coaches who are already making $20,000 a month, trying to make 30, 40. This is for coaches who are making $10,000 a month, trying to make 20, 30. This is for coaches who are making zero and want to get off the gym floor and make $10,000 a month or replace their job with online fitness coaching, right? I have so many different videos. Wherever you're at, go watch it, right? And break your limiting beliefs, right? You can do it. Just because you haven't done it before, that's why you feel like you aren't able to make $10,000, $20,000. You come from a family that's like, oh, money's hard to get. It's not. And that's the thing is like, I say it all the time to people. I'm like, yeah, $10,000 a month. That's super easy, dude. That's like 3-4 clients. They're like, what? It's like, dude, break that limiting belief. You need to understand that your mindset is dictating everything you do in your life. If you believe money's hard to get, it's going to be hard to get. But if you believe it's easy to get and you're a magnet to money, money's going to magnetize to you because you're magnetizing to it, right? So change that mindset, thinking about that money's hard to achieve. It is not. It is right there, and you can pick it up anytime you want, right? So from there are 3 things. I'm going to kind of keep going. Number 4 is having an actual DM framework. I was really good at DMs because I did a lot of cold calling for sales jobs before I got into fitness coaching. But what I realized was there was no repeatability to it, right? Every single time it was very fresh. It was very raw. I had to think about everything I did. It was super, personable, which is great. But it got burnt out and very tired when all of a sudden the 10, 20 cold DMs I sent out all replied on the same time. And holy shit, I didn't know what the fuck to say. I got overdriven and I probably lost like 10 leads in the system. And then from there, 10 leads in the system at $2,000 to $4,000 a pop. Boom, that's a lot of money to miss, especially when I was broke. Okay. So a DM framework is one of the best things. I'm not going to show you exactly how to on this video. We have other videos on it as well on the channel. But what I can say is kind of build out a actual system to follow time and time again that works, and put yourself in their perspective, right? Some random guy hitting them up, I would build out one for inbound and one for outbound. When it comes to the outbound videos, when it comes to that, I can drop another video and I can put it in the description in this. Okay. From there, I would kind of systemize everything, right? That kind of goes into number 4 where I'm talking about it. It's like systemize everything, have a purpose for everything, because there's no scalability to guesswork. You need to actually track everything, if you're trying to scale your business, you need to actually have a system in place, something that you're tracking. Track how many DMs you're doing, track how many responses you're getting, track how fast you're like responding to the DMs, right? Keep timestamps. How fast did I respond to this guy, right? Because you're going to notice the guy that you responded to in 6 minutes is going to book a call way easier and probably buy faster than the guy you took 2 days to reply to, right? So it's all about kind of tracking the metrics like that, right? How many people in this age demographic like this video? How many people in this age demographic are viewing my profile? How many of them are men? Okay, how many did I reach out to? How many of my followers did I reach out to? Go through your following, find exactly how many of them are ICP, make a percentage off of it, and make sure you're reaching out to everybody who follows you. Okay? That leads me to number 5. When it comes to the DMs, drop your fucking ego. So many coaches have an ego. I have a story that I call the Green Lantern story. There's another guy in my industry that has a similar story, but about his client, not him. My story is about me. So I never had an ego towards it, and I was able to, I would DM everybody. I think that's why I was able to do so well. And then until the point where I didn't have to, and I could actually focus on an exact person and whatever. But the thing is, you never know who could be a potential client. For me, I was always, a lot of guys will come to me and be like, oh, well, my ICP, your ideal client portfolio. There's videos on that as well. Go watch the 10K per month guide. It's on the YouTube. Go watch it. It's super easy to find. We don't have that many videos on this channel. Go look at it. There's a few different videos. Or watch my 12.8K in 30 days with one of my clients. Go watch that. He's completely fresh, small following. Never had an online sale before. He was an online fitness coach. We got him to 12.8K in 30 days. Go watch that. Sorry, a little subtle plug. But where was I going with this? Were you listening, Tony? Honestly, no. I'm reading. Motherfucker. Okay. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry. But where was I? Number 5. Can you guys tell me? Like, shit. Help me out. Help a brother out. Okay. I'm going to end this recording. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to watch this and see where I was at. Okay. One sec. Okay, perfect. So I just kind of went back and watched that again. So the last thing that I would kind of touch on that I was kind of going over already is simply drop your ego when it comes to DMing and who you're messaging. Because even though somebody doesn't seem, also I just popped a pimple, it fucking hurts. So everybody that you message could be an actual lead. So many guys are kind of like so caught up on trying to find a perfect ICP all the time. But I have this story that I like to call the Green Lantern story, which I DM'd this guy who had which most people wouldn't have messaged. He liked one of my posts. I DM'd him. I was like, hey man, I saw you like my post about my transformation and like how to do it for yourself. Did you get any value from that post? Guy didn't reply for 2 days. 2 days later, hits me back and goes, hey, yeah, man, sorry, I just saw this. I did it. I saw a lot. It related a lot to like what I'm going through right now. I ended up closing that guy for $2,200 for I forget how many months, but yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like most coaches don't DM people like that. They wouldn't, right? You're always waiting for the perfect guy, the perfect opportunity, but there's nothing perfect. Nobody's actually that perfect. Your content's going to weed people out. And odds are if some guy with a Green Lantern profile picture liked a video about being 28 to 30 years old and they were skinny their whole life and trying to bulk up and they didn't know how to do it because they lacked discipline and like here's the exact play on discipline. Odds are if they like that, they're your ICP. It doesn't matter what their profile looked like, right? And just because you have to reach out to them does not ruin your credibility. Doesn't ruin your credibility because you're not an influencer, but it raises your personality and your personableness if you do it the right way, right? Which is why we'll drop a full framework video. Okay. With that being said, everybody have a great day. I don't know how long this video really was. I kind of tried to keep it going. I have a sales call to get to, so I love you. God loves you. Peace.